Have you ever thought about happiness? Like, really thought about it? What if it's not some magical thing you just stumble upon? What if you could actually engineer it? I know it sounds a little out there, but stick with me, because we're about to dive into that exact idea. So, let me introduce you to Mo Gaudat. This guy was, by all accounts, on top of the world. A top exec at Google X, the super secret moonshot factory. He had the money, the success, the whole package. But here's the kicker. He was miserable, like deeply, chronically unhappy. And since he's this brilliant engineer, he did what engineers do best. He treated his unhappiness not as some vague feeling, but as a problem to be solved, a bug in the system. And for more than 10 years, he went to work, meticulously trying to create a logical, step-by-step model for, well, joy.
And then, just as he's figuring this all out, life throws the absolute worst thing imaginable at him. His model, this whole theory he's built, is put to the ultimate test. His 21-year-old son, Ali, tragically passed away during what was supposed to be a simple, routine surgery.
And you know what? In the face of that unimaginable grief, the model, it worked. It was the very system he designed that helped him and his family find their way back to a sense of peace. It's an incredible story. And that's what we're going to unpack today. The core ideas from his book, Solve for Happy. And just so you know, all the insights we're covering are based on the fantastic summary we found over on learned.org. All right, let's get into this framework. Gaudat really sees it as an engineer's path to joy, a mission he took on to honor his son, Ali. And right at the heart of his entire system is this one simple but really powerful diagnostic tool he calls the happiness equation. So here's how it works. It's pure logic. Your happiness level is greater than or equal to how you perceive events minus your expectations for how life should be. Now, here's the key. You can't always control what happens in life, right? So the only things you can control are those two variables, your perception and your expectations. That's where the work is. Now, to manage those variables, you got to understand this huge distinction he makes between pain and suffering. They are not the same thing at all. Think of pain like touching a hot stove. It's a quick, useful signal that says, hey, move your hand. It's temporary and it protects you. Suffering, well, that's different. That's the story we tell ourselves after the pain. It's that mental loop of negative thoughts that just goes on and on. It offers zero benefit, and here's the mind-blowing part. Gaudat says it is completely optional. So the big question is, how do we stop creating all that optional suffering? Well, this is where that engineering mindset really shines. We have to learn how to debug our own brain's faulty code. Gaudat lays out a clear framework for this, called the 675 model. It's a roadmap. First, you bust the 6 grand illusions that cause all our confusion. Then, you fix the 7 blind spots in our thinking that lead to suffering. And finally, you anchor yourself by holding on to the 5 ultimate truths to find real, lasting joy. Okay, let's dig into a couple of the most common bugs in our mental software, starting with those big illusions and blind spots. 2 of the biggest illusions are thought and control. The illusion of thought is this mistaken belief that you are that nonstop narrator in your own head. Gaudat says, nope, you're not the voice. You're the one listening to the voice. You're the observer. Then there's the illusion of control, where we trick ourselves into thinking we can manage every little thing in life. The reality, the only things you truly have control over are your own actions and your own attitude. That's it. And our brains, they've got these built-in glitches or blind spots. One is filtering. Your brain will literally ignore 10 good things that happened today to obsess over the one bad thing. It also loves to exaggerate, turning a tiny little worry into a full-blown catastrophe. And look, these aren't you being weak. They're just old survival programs that aren't very useful anymore. So what do you do when that inner voice starts running those negative programs and you start to suffer? Gaudat offers one incredibly simple but powerful question to challenge any negative thought. Just ask yourself, is it true? I mean, is it really 100% true? Asking this simple question can be enough to completely break the spell of that negative thought. Okay, so once you've debugged the old, faulty code, the last step is to install a new operating system, one that's based on what he calls the 5 ultimate truths. When you truly accept these, the happiness equation starts to solve itself. You embrace that now is the only thing that's real, which frees you from the past and the future. You accept that change is the one constant, so you stop fighting the natural flow of life. You understand that love's real joy is in the act of giving it, not in what you get back. And finally, you accept that death is real. And when you do, it stops being scary and starts teaching you how to live fully right now. Okay, so that's all the theory, but how do you actually start putting this into practice? Let's talk about a really simple, practical first step you can take today. Here's a little exercise to prove to yourself that you are not your thoughts. Just for 5 minutes, sit down somewhere quiet, close your eyes, and just watch your thoughts pop up. Don't try to stop them, don't judge them. Just notice them, almost like they're clouds floating by. You can even gently label them. Oh, there's a planning thought, or that one's a worrying thought. And then just let it pass. The whole point of this is to really feel this one transformative idea deep in your bones. I am not my thoughts. I am the one watching them. The moment you create that little bit of space between you and that voice in your head, well, that's the beginning of freedom. And there you have it, a quick tour of Mo Gaudot's incredible model for engineering happiness. All the key ideas we talked about today came directly from the fantastic summary of Solve for Happy over on learnerd.org. It is an amazing resource if you want to find more summaries like this one to help you learn faster and live a little bit better.